Hi, this is Nicola Cairncross here, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the celebration of our 50th episode. When I first had the idea for a podcast back in Christmas or New Year last year, the only person I wanted to share it with was Judith Morgan, and the whole thing has been a delight ever since. So here in this little celebration, I want to share with you some of my favourite moments from the previous shows. Don't worry, there's plenty more to come when we hit our 100th celebration.
The sun is rising, feel the warmth of my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race. I sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way.
Welcome to Own It, Your Business and Your Life, with Nicola Cairncross and Judith Morgan. In this podcast, we're going to cover everything you need to embrace to become a successful entrepreneur, marketing, money, and much, much more. How to create a business doing just what you love. How to own it, your business and your life. This one will be fast, funny, feisty, and very lively. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way.
Nicola is a total inspiration when it comes to having an idea and getting it into action immediately. She's a fast starter and then some. Nicola is the go-to woman when it comes to marketing your business online. She always knows absolutely the latest tip and trick 100% of the time. Nicola reads all the books, listens to all the podcasts, follows all the gurus, and is the fount of all knowledge when it comes to digital marketing.
When I first saw Judith Morgan walking down the hallway of my hotel in Worthing, clad majestically in bright pink, I felt a shock of recognition, like you do sometimes when you first meet someone who's going to play a huge part in your life. Sometimes described as gentle and fluffy, you can take that on face value at your peril. Judith has a fierce intelligence, a sharp wit and a cracking head for numbers, while being a raging creator too. As we move in and out of each other's lives, I'm thrilled that Judith and I are still friends, coming together in this fun podcast, Own It. We've known each other for well over 10 years now, and I hope for many, many more.
This is the Own It, Your Business and Your Life podcast. My name's Judith Morgan, and my partner in crime is Nicola Cairncross.
Hey! Good, let's
So
talk
next
about...
we're going to talk... I wasn't quite sure who was leading there, sorry.
Yeah, no, you go. You go.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about our client challenges of the week.
No, hang on, you're doing the wrong bit. You're doing the wrong bit.
Oh.
We're going to go through the first bit
yes,
for each week.
I beg your pardon. Yes, okay, sorry. So what am I supposed to say then?
You're supposed to say
Highlights of the
what's
week.
been happening to you this week.
Okay, so first off, I'm going to tell you 2 or 3 things that have been happening to me this week, Nicola.
First taste of a cup of freshly made coffee when it's real good. Oh my God, that first mouthful is just so good. The first mouthful in the morning of your first coffee is just the best.
I only ever have one. It's not particularly good for us.
Oh, well, let's hope.
I have had years off it, and then I bought my own espresso machine 4 years ago and I've never looked back. But I do have one a day, and I've had mine, and you're right, it was delicious. But it is really bad for you.
Is it? Yeah, but so many things are really bad for you, aren't they? You just
That's true. They are. Yeah. So
everything from the toaster apparently through to coffee, through to butter, through to I don't know what. I mean, honestly, if you spent your whole time, wife worried.
I think butter's made a comeback. It's all right to have butter right now.
Yeah, I'd rather have butter than margarine. I hate the smell of margarine.
Oh, margarine. So it's grim. It's from the inside of the scrapings of petroleum or something. They shouldn't be touching margarine. Yeah, no. Exactly.
Well, this week for me, it's been all about the podcast, all about the podcast, all about the podcast, all about the podcast. I love
heavens. I love it too.
I don't know why it's so good, but it's just like really, really, I don't know, life affirming in some way.
Yes, it's fun. It's fun. Listen to us laugh. We love
Absolutely. And it was a very bad singing rendition. I thought I was going wrong about the second time round. Then I thought, no, I'm in the groove now. I'm going to keep going one more time. So we're pretty much done, unless we want to do word of the week. But
I think we should try and cram it in. Come on.
What's your hoovering situation?
I'm just going to do but I can just wash these dishes if you need to have a quick chat.
Yeah, another 10
I
minutes.
think we could do this. Yeah, 10 minutes. Let's do it in 10.
Yeah. If I do it, it's okay to crack on. Right, I'm just going to lock him on in the kitchen. Hold on. Sorry about that. Bless her. She's been with me for years.
I have a cleaner that's been with me since 2008 as well.
Marvellous. And she's just bought a house in Stupa, which I'll be able to go and visit.
Even better. Gold just makes me go, really? Yawn. Sorry, that's it.
I totally disagree, I'm afraid.
I know you do. But that's why we're doing this podcast, because we're yin and yang. You are force and I am power. That's the difference, and that's okay. That's what's going to come out of this all the time. As I said to you in an email the other day, I'm a little bit country, you're a little bit rock and roll. We're good. It's creative tension. I'm glad you like goals, and I'm glad that I prefer intentions. Just yawn. Judith Morgan thinks goals are yawn worthy.
Am I going to get a word in edgeways about my opinions on goals?
Well, it wasn't my word of the week, but now that I've finished, you may address the topic, yes.
Thank you so much. And having a regular gentleman caller who's grateful to see you, that's even better, isn't it?
Well, I was praying, because on receipt of the sparkly silver shoes, I went a bit mad and ordered a sparkly silver outfit to go with. And I paid $9.95 yesterday in order that it would be delivered today. And it's arrived, and it's only 10:30.
The mind bogles.
Well, it's slightly more glamorous than that, but when I open the envelope later and try it on, I'll let you know whether it's worked. If not, it's going back.
Please take photos for secret.
Yeah, most unlikely. I'll try and stay away from a camera.
I highly recommend you go and listen to Judith's interview on natural born coaches. It's a very awesome interview indeed.
Well, I was going to talk about that later, but you've just robbed that of me.
Well, it's all right.
I'll have to stick it into another week's episode now.
No, I'll edit it out if you like.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I'm joking.
Okay, all right. I had my miracle tested this week.
Oh, yes.
You're going to like this a lot.
I am. I'm ready. Tell me.
Phoebe's about to arrive, my lovely daughter, who did train as a beautician, so I am forcing her to do some beauty on me before I go, because obviously, one doesn't care so much about what one looks like nowadays, but one doesn't want them to think there's an escapee from Planet of the Apes coming on board.
Yes, one doesn't want to think it's, one still has standards, Nicola.
Well, one does, minimal though they might appear to other people. So I've just messaged her to say get a very, very large tube of Veet before you come round.
Now that may be bordering on TMI, too much information. I'm going to whistle you a short tune if that's all right. Ready?
Yeah.
That's called Whistle While You Work. It's a Disney tune.
I could tell it immediately, Judith.
I've been to San Diego. It's quite a nice place to.
Lots of internet marketers live there. Frank Kern and Pat Flynn among them.
Yeah, it's quite hippie.
Hippie?
Mm.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Hippie's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as one doesn't have to sleep in a hostel, we're good with hippies, aren't we?
That is exciting.
I know. Week in Vegas.
I mean, Vegas is your spiritual home, Nicola, isn't it? You did say that you would retire there and wear sort of fluffy mules. Do you remember?
Yeah, unsuitable pantsuits and lots of diamonds and fluffy mules. Yeah, exactly.
Funny enough, you don't often need a proper handbag on holiday because, my handbag works in London. It doesn't really work in my Caribbean island because it's less formal in places like that. So you kind of need other types of carrying things. I get what you're saying about the journey, but when you're there, you don't really need a proper handbag, really. In fact, it draws attention to you in a way that you wouldn't want. You kind of want, some kind of, different arrangement.
Well, I have a different arrangement. It's instead of a black leather Italian handbag, I have a black straw holiday handbag.
Oh, there you go. Yes, my holiday handbag.
Yeah.
This is Nicola talking to the postman. Bit of a riveting listen on the podcast. Nicola.
I'll take you longer.
Nicola.
You are the postman.
I can do all right.
Phoebe's collection service coming to the door. Even when she's in Amsterdam, I'm getting things delivered to her. Sorry, Judith.
Was that the postman?
It was indeed. He's very chirpy too, which is always nice. We like a chirpy postman.
We do. Bear Grylls.
Oh, go on then.
I've realised I am him.
Really?
Well, not in an outdoor sense, obviously.
Yes, it brought up fond memories of Ian Gurr.
With his handlebar moustache. I'm not sure you should have been dating a man that looked like Magnum PI when you were only 17.
Well, he was my first proper grown-up boyfriend. He had a car and everything, and he took me to Browns. And I remember I had seafood vongole. It's amazing. I can't remember anything, but I can remember everything about that date. Otherwise, you wake up and someone like James Schramko is still banging away in your ear at 5 in the morning.
Well, funnily enough, I put my iPad on my bedside table earlier in the week and I was reading my Kindle in bed and I thought, somebody's talking to me. And I thought I was hallucinating. I thought, I'd accidentally turned on. But funnily enough, it was me coming from our podcast on my... I must have accidentally pressed a button. I could hear myself talking to me.
Oh, that's spooky.
I think you're quite right. Travel can be wearing, unless you're quite hardy. And I don't think either of us are particularly hardy. We're luxury types, aren't we? We like comfort.
Orchids, Judith. We're orchids.
Yes.
Well, I certainly am.
Well, I was going to say I wouldn't go quite that far, but then you said you certainly are, so I'm going to agree with you.
Well, my word of the week is opposite. No, it's not. That was your word of the week.
I was going to say, that's a coincidence, isn't it? Because that's mine.
I've been very diligent and making notes today, because you know how I often have to go back to you and say, what was your word of the week? No, my word of the week is...
I want you to go first, actually, because you're not going to believe mine, and I'm slightly anxious you're going to pour oil on my water, or water on my oil, or something.
Very dare you. As if I would.
Well, you might. You might.
So what's your word of the week, then?
Sexagesimal.
What? Bless them. I'd like to give them all a big hug. So I'm sending virtual hugs from Las Vegas to you all. I love you all.
I was going to say it's first thing in the morning, so we can't put that down to you having had a drink.
There is a lot of hugs. I got a spontaneous massage yesterday for the lady sitting next to me. That took me quite by surprise.
Yeah, the Brits don't care for a spontaneous massage very much. They're a complete stranger touching you. No.
It was very nice. She had very warm hands.
I think if you've got dependents, that's definitely something you should be looking at. If I dropped down dead, I couldn't give a monkeys. And also if you've got nobody to bury you, the council will take you up the tip. It's fine.
What's it called? Potter's Field, isn't it? Where you get...
Well, it used to be called that. But, no, they're not going to leave you in your flat rotting, put it like that. Are your guinea pigs the usual suspects, or are they new?
No, they're new, which is interesting.
I love new. Strangers, we call them in my gang.
That's true.
Somebody said last night, I've just sold 2 places to strangers. And I went, hooray, strangers, we love strangers. That's what you want, really.
Strangers are friends waiting to happen.
They are, and they refresh the pond.
Yes, they do. I wondered if you could be a little more eccentric this week.
I'll do my very best. I'm quite yoghurt weavery this week. Why do you want me to be more eccentric, even more eccentric? Why?
Because we weren't very funny last week. I didn't have any bits to cut out to put at the beginning.
Okay, I'll do my best. No squidgy boundaries. Excellent.
No, I know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's very good.
It just, that's why it's so affordable, because there's no squidgy boundaries.
Yeah.
My boundaries will not be squidged on this one.
Well, this is the holy grail, isn't it? We're totally looking for something where we're not squidged.
Yeah, and again, several of the people who've applied for this have then gone on to say, and what can you do for me on Facebook ads?
Yeah. But the other thing about this one, the non-squidgy people? First of all, you start with them on a non-squidgy basis, and they're complete strangers with whom you can go on to be non-squidgy because they've never known you in your squidgy days.
That's very true. They don't know my performer squidgy past.
No.
They don't know that I'm a recovered squidge.
Yeah, a recovering squidge.
No, I'm not that one. I'm a squidge survivor. I
hardly dare tell you this, but I think spiders bite me.
Oh, God. What? What do you mean?
Well, this week something's bitten me on the foot, and it's not the first time it's happened. And I've always had a sneaky. It doesn't react like a mozzie bite does. It reacts in a different way, and I think it's a spider's bite. I know spiders bite. Well, we won't talk about it because you don't like the.
That's just the most horrific thing I've ever heard. I prefer to think it's a horsefly bite, Judith. The good news is that the rambling rose at the back of my neighbour's garden is having a final flourish, and they are absolutely gorgeous pink roses of a lovely, untidy kind, cottage garden roses.
I do know what you mean by untidy. I like my nature untidy.
Yeah, it's very good, and I'm secretly training some of his tendrils down my fence,
as it were. Yes,
I don't know if he knows that. You've been listening to Nicola Cairncross and Judith Morgan. The podcast is called Own It, Your Business and Your Life. Do come and visit us at ownitpodcast.com. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can find out more about Judith and visit her on her website at judithmorgan.com, and you can find Nicola at nicolacairncross.com.